Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. It is now time for the final round of our second season of the MotoGP career mode. It is time for Valencia and I will be starting from 17th on the grid, a position just ahead of Takaki Nakagami, so things may not all be that bad. So ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this season, let battle commence. So here we go then, from a very disappointing 17th place in the qualifying. We start this far back on the grid. We wait for the red lights to disappear for the final sprint of the season. Oh, look at Taka! Taka got an excellent launch there on the left-hand side. Not like me. I'm falling behind very, very rapidly as the career mode's motorcycles always tend to struggle off the line. That's an immediate track limit warning for me there. 1 out of 7 already as we get firm on the anchors and try and dive over the inside as many as we can. Oh, there's massive contact in the middle. I think Marquez missed a gear or something. He didn't even move. Good Lord Almighty, that was a scary one as I'm going to try and sneak up at the inside of Fabio Quartararo. We do squeeze up on the inside of the Frenchman and we have now gained 11 positions from our starting position of 17th. May I remind you guys and girls, we are fighting for second place in the World Championship. The actual championship is done and dusted, and Enea Bastianini is the champion of the second season of our MotoGP 23 career mode as I try and sneak over the inside of an Aleix Espargaro and then go for the move on Enea Bastianini. Is it possible? We're not that fast around this part. I got caught up a few times in the qualifying as we get not one, but 2 Ducatis in one corner as I make massive contact with teammate Jack Miller. Oh, I got excited there for no reason, and it soon came to the end there, as unless we go for it now again for 2 in 1. Not quite rubbing his racing with the Factory Ducati duo. Scary stuff so far in the early stages, but we were all the way up to second place on the first lap as I made a complete meal of that one going into the Adrian Campos corner. I've said it many times and I'm soon to say it again. I really struggle in turn 14 in Valencia. It is my Achilles heel here in the Ricardo Tormo circuit, but I tell you what, Joan Mir, he is looking better and better every single race in this career mode. I really wanted to join the Honda team as well, but it just wasn't an option for this season. Same goes for the other Japanese bike with Fabio Quartararo ahead of us. But anyway, getting back to my point, earlier on I made mention that we aren't fighting for the championship, but we're actually fighting for second place, and that is held by Pecco Bagnaia as I give my teammate a bit of a hit. Hopefully doesn't go for the lunge back over the inside, thankfully not, and that could be the final sprint and final race where we team up with Jack Miller in the KTM colours. As I've told you before, still looking to join the Ducati team. Could very well happen for the next season, but ahead of us is Aleix Espargaro and the man who is currently in joint occupation of the second place position. Myself and Pecco Bagnaia, both of us trying to vie for the second place in the World Championship. Only one of us can take that spot. I've had more victories than Pecco, but Pecco has, I think, probably had more faster laps, but it doesn't really matter. It's all about the victories in terms of championship position. So can we get the job done? We're actually tied bang on points right now as we started the race here in Valencia, at least the sprint. What will it be like when we finish the sprint? So far, it's advantage Pecco Bagnaia. I will need to do something better in the race, but it's going to be so difficult as it is. There's Enea Bastianini, fastest man across the line there, 1:27.468 goes the world champion. Now, the interesting point is that if we do join a Ducati team, I'm still talking about this because I still don't know what the outcome is going to be. Either we're going to join the Factory Ducati seat, which would then create mayhem between who's going to get booted from there, or potentially we go to the Pramac Ducati seat. I personally am expecting we'll get offered a Ducati seat with either Pramac or something like Gresini or VR46. I don't see it happening with the Factory Ducati team. I think that's a bit unrealistic. We haven't got any relationship at all, actually, speaking of. I was going to say we've got a pretty, it's an average, no it's not, it's just there's no relationship at all. We absolutely despise one another here in our virtual game. Pecco Bagnaia doesn't have a good thing to say about me, and neither does the Beast. I don't want to live in a world where that is happening, but up on the inside of Maverick Vinales, I tell you what, I've just been slowly chipping away at the lap times here, and I've actually caught back up to Pecco Bagnaia. I think they're making a few mistakes compared to what they did last season. Oh, Pecco's gone really wide. He's completely binned it into Champi Hedos corner. That only... I thought Maverick might get through as well, but he hasn't. Oh, and here comes Pecco. The man on the Factory Ducati. Really pushing now as Aleix, excuse me, it's Maverick Vinales. Look at Fabio Quartararo. Where's that speed come from? Oh, and there's Aleix Espargaro. I didn't think he'd be too far behind. All 5 of us going into the first corner here. Gesticulation from us all as Pecco goes a bit deep. We lean on Maverick to pull us into the corner. You got to do that against the AI in this game. They do carry you a lot into the corners, and Pecco goes a bit deep. Can we get inside? Picking him up a little bit, putting him onto the dirty part of the circuit and onto the curb there to avoid any more confrontation. Pecco is slipping down the order. He's now in 4th. Now he's back up to 3rd. There is the front wheel of the Ducati. Beautiful, clean move from the Italian. Who's gone down? There's been a crasher behind, and yeah, it is that corner again. Turn 4. We've seen a lot of crashes there in both Moto 2, Moto 3, and then last season in MotoGP. But there is the championship standings. As you can see, Pecco Bagnaia would have 2nd place. Would have is the key point, because it's all history now as we do make our way through. The 47 occupies position 2 in both the race and the championship. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, and he's gone down! Oh my god, Pecco! He's binned it! Bagnaia has dropped the front going into turn 11. That's exactly what Jack Miller got criticised for doing last season, and Pecco's done it in my career mode. That is a load off, but yet again we find ourselves in 3rd place now. Unfortunately, Fabio went round the outside there. I don't know where he got that late race pace there, but beautiful move from the Frenchman as we do get back up on the inside, but I fear I'm going wide here. Oh my goodness, I'm way off the circuit. Oh! The rear tyre was slipping and sliding, moving and weaving. Oh my goodness, and I can't even move into the left-hand side there. Okay, Podium has officially gone now. Ah, that small error, that's all I had to do to blow it. But I was going to mention, look how simple that was as well. I just had to stay ahead of Fabio and we would have had another 2nd place. Now it's down to this then. Took a bit of a chance with the soft rear, but I tell you what, it feels terrific. Really got nice things to say about this soft compound Michelin rear tyre. Vinales, Espargaro, Quartararo all battling it out for 2nd place. I'm not letting that go. I don't think we need to panic here. We just need to stay calm and focus on no one else but Maverick Vinales. Keep with him and we'll get 4th. Get ahead of him and we can start picking off Quartararo and Espargaro. There you go, pull me into the corner, beautifully done. Yeah, a bit aggressive, but that's the way to do it with the AI. They don't pay attention to the player, of course, but into the champion head-off's corner. Aleix Espargaro giving Quartararo the big don't argue. Says, get out the way, sunshine, I'm coming through. As we go into the left-hand side for turn 14. Bit deep for me there, so that will allow Maverick to get through. What's the gap as we cross the line? Oh, I don't need the Ducati of Marco Bezzecchi to push me wide. Ah, we lost a lot of time on that last lap, didn't we? Onto the brakes then. This is the penultimate lap of today's sprint. Enea Bastianini is a country mile ahead of the rest of us. Head and shoulders like he's been all season long. Aleix Espargaro makes a mistake. I dive on the inside and a very aggressive lunge on Maverick Vinales. He might then have the inside line for the Tyrrell corner, but I don't see him in the picture yet. Quartararo, Espargaro, both battling it out as Maverick. Yeah, he's ruining our chances of a podium here. I really want to end the final sprint on the top 2 steps at least, or top 3, as long as I'm on the rostrum. I guess I can sleep easy tonight. Now into the left-hander then, up at the inside of Maverick. That's an aggressive move, pushing the boundaries here in Valencia. He's going to come on through again. Oh, that's a huge amount of contact. Goodness me, I think he went down. He did. There is the yellow flags. Maverick Vinales has gone down. So, we're now a 2nd. All that infighting has helped no one. That guarantees I won't be getting a contract with Aprilia then. Oh, that wasn't on the cards anyway, let's be honest. But a possible 4th place though. I do feel if I didn't make that mistake into turn 1 2 laps ago, we'd be right there in contention for 2nd place. Who knows what's going to happen yet? Quick confirmation on your screen though. It would be enough to secure 2nd place in the championship as of now. It just all depends what's going to happen in the race. Bezzecchi gets on through. Lovely clean move from the Italian. I'm not going to return the favour. I'll be a little bit more aggressive with the 120% difficulty AI. Of course, still sticking with the hardest difficulty AI for the next season. So don't miss that. And of course, guys, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe It does help out the channel, and it keeps you inundated with lots of MotoGP 23 and other motorcycle gaming content. So into turn 5, the gap has slowly come down to 1 second. There's a couple of points where I know I'm quicker than the AI. Going into turn 8, turn 9, I'm a little bit faster going into there. Turn 10, turn 11, a little bit more there. And then into the penultimate corner, the AI do tend to make mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, Aleix Espargaro's made the mistake. Oh, massive contact with Quartararo. Oh, Fabio's gone down. Oh, the podium's on for it. We're on for it. We've got a chance. Oh, Aleix Espargaro. Oh, I can see Max B in the comment section already. Fuming he is. That was ridiculous. That was an aggressive move from Aleix. Now he's completely... Oh, he's going to make contact with me. Oh, I could foresee the Buddha battle between myself and Bastianini happening right there. He's going to get me on the line here. There's nothing I can do about that, but I'm going to try and get through. And hopefully, just try and go over... Oh, I'm locked onto him. I can't move. That's perfect. We're going to take second after all. Yes. Thanks, Aleix. I owe you one. So we did, in fact, finish second place. That's getting rather common this now, isn't it? And Bastianini wins by a country mile. We battle it out for second place. But regardless, it doesn't matter. I got the maximum amount of points that I possibly could get with an air being on 200% difficulty. Well, Pecco Bagnaia, as you can see, didn't even finish in the top 9. So nil points for the Italian. Having a look at the standings then. We are now 100 points behind the Beast. 9 points clear from Pecco Bagnaia. It's game on for second in the race. So here we go then, guys and girls. If this is the last one with the KTM, then we better make it count. I don't know about a victory, but if we can get another podium, I will be rather content. On to the power. Oh, a little bit of a punt there from Digia, but he's actually doing me a favour, so big thanks to the Italian with the Alpine stars. And into the left-hand side, there's Takaki Nakagami. I don't want to make too much contact with the Japanese goat. Pushing up to the inside and see what we can do now to try and get a few positions in. It's not quite as smooth as it was earlier, but of course we did have Marc Marquez's missed gear or something to be grateful for. But this time we're actually carving our way through the pack rather quickly here, leaning on the Spaniards here, both Marquez and Vinales. Going to try and... Oh, Mark hit me into you there, Maverick, so don't kick off at me, sunshine. It wasn't my fault. I knew you would. I knew we would take personal to that on the RSGP. But here, coming out the left-hand side there, we don't have power setting 3 now. I can't afford to start using the third power option as we go up on the inside of Marquez. Yeah, relatively clean that. That's not too bad. I'll take it. And we're up to 4th place. Excellent start here in Valencia. And there is Pecco Bagnaia. I've got to make this lunge count. Don't need to punt him off or anything. I've just got to finish ahead of him. That's all we need to do to secure 2nd place in the World Championship. Now, bear in mind, we had... Oh, it's getting closer into turn 12. It just seemed to close up a lot there going into turn 12. But it evens out now because I'm absolutely dreadful going into turn 14, as you can see on screen right here, right now. So, onto the power. Oh, that's the worst thing I could have done. Oh, and I can't look behind me again. Why does this glitch keep occurring? It seems to always happen in the race and not the sprint. Have you noticed this? I try and press to look behind me and it just will not let it fly. It won't. It just won't let me do it. But yeah, considering our first season with the gas, we finished 4th. This year with the KTM, we could be finishing 2nd. So if you halve your finishing position every single season, correct me if I'm wrong, but that means that the next race next season we should finish 1st. Oh, Pecco got a big hit there. You will not like that. What was that about a relationship earlier with Pecco and Enea? Well, if there was anything, it's certainly gone now. But with 13 laps remaining here of the Ricardo Tormo circuit, Pecco Bagnaia goes the long way around, but I'm not going to let that happen. Bully my way back up to the inside, but I think he'll have the apex here. Not quite. Getting a good look at that Ducati, though. If that's a bike I'm going to be riding next season, then I better speak to Sergio23 already to get a wonderful design. If you want a design, then no one else better to speak to than the Belgian ace. Definitely head over to the Discord server to speak to Sergio23. That's exactly who made my helmet. And if you want to see more pictures, head over to my Instagram to get a better look at the terrific Suomi Dr. Ace helmet. Anyway, back to the action because Pecco has got a good line there, and this is where we're going to lose time. And I've done it again. I've got caught in the curb. That's too busy gawking at the rider ahead of us, not watching where I'm going, just staring at the rear of Pecco Bagnaglia's Lenovo Ducati. Got to try and avoid doing that. Just easy done though. You just get into that moment where you're just glued to the ride ahead of you because you're so determined to follow in their footsteps to make sure you can pick up that slipstream. Got a lot of power coming out the corner, hasn't it, the Ducati? If I'm going to be on a Ducati next season, I hope it's going to be a good season. And I think it will. Out of all the bikes, I would say the Ducati is probably one of my least favourite to use in this game, but if it's just balanced with Enea Bastianini's performance, then we're sorted, because every single bike I've used in career mode so far is around a second or two behind the time trial, quick modes, championship modes level of skill. Every single lap time has always been a second or 2 seconds slower, every time. So it's going to be huge to get a bike that isn't so hindered by the lack of performance. It's going to be breathtaking next season. I really, really implore you to watch and get subscribers now. If you're looking at fights like this now, in those tracks where we completely suffer, maybe then we'll be having some decent performances and may not just be crashing every single time we face adversity. I'm not saying we do that, but it has happened, so I will be honest with my own performances this season. There has been a couple of mistakes. Some mistakes that are unnecessary to make as well. So into the 4th lap. The lap 3 was a good improvement for me. Got 4/10 just by not making that mistake into the final corner. But in comparison to the man who's leading the World Championship as we scythe our way through on Pecco now. Oh, picked up the Ducati man. Looking like Fabio back in 2022. Getting aggressive with the Italian. But we do have the 3rd place. Sorted. But yeah, comparing our lap time to Enea Bastianini's, I guess you shouldn't, because it's like comparing yourself to an esports player, isn't it? It's just a kick in the teeth more than anything else. It's not motivational or inspiring. It's just damn annoying to see yourself so far behind. That's exactly what it's like looking at the number 23. Just too good. The last time I teamed up with the number 23 was with Sergio in the Mooney VR46 Ducati team, of course, in the Ace Academy Cup. Can I be teaming up with the 23? Can I be teaming up with the number 1? That would be the craziest thing now, because I have read this in the comments section and a few people have told me this. I do believe Potato told me the exact same thing as well, that it's possible to replace Pecco Bagnaia if you sign with the Factory Ducati squad. That would be absolutely asinine. You can't replace the best rider in MotoGP today and have Bastianini. I love Bastianini, but he's not Pecco. Pecco is the top tier of MotoGP. And, I mean, you can't just replace him. I don't care where Pecco finishes the season. He's only going to finish 2nd or 3rd behind him as we give Pecco an absolute whack. Maybe he won't finish there. Oh, he lost position to Fabio now as well. Yeah, that was above the limit. But I'm just quoting what Potato said. He said, new channel member Potato said, full send. And that's what I'm doing right here, right now. And if you had the fortune to catch in the, to watch and to catch up with the live stream we had a couple of days ago, then you'll know how good he was on board the Monster Energy Yamaha. Flew to the start of the, to the front of the group in pretty much 2 laps. It was absolutely sensational. Did excellent on board the Yamaha. But speaking of the Yamaha, here comes Fabio Quartararo. What's the Frenchman got up his sleeve as we go a little bit deep there to turn 8? He dives with the inside. I'm not going to make the mistake that Aleix did. But to be honest with you, I think Aleix has got 2nd place covered. I haven't been able to put in any time to avoid Pecco and Fabio yet, but I'm going to keep on pushing and just, let's say, Aleix makes maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, we could be well and truly in there. Just keep on pushing. Made a bit of a brave decision today as well. I mentioned this a few times, but I can't get on with the medium rear online, but in career mode, with the RC16, it feels fantastic. It really does. So now I'm inspired to use the medium rear a bit often. I've been very hesitant to use it. But nice move up on the inside of Fabio. That's probably the cleanest overtake and probably the only clean overtake I've done all race. I think my sanity has been just muddled ever since I played the 120% difficulty with the KTM. I just realised how little of empathy that AI shows. Of course they don't show anything, they're artificial intelligence, of course they are, but they don't care. They do not care at all about your presence on the track, and I'm beginning to hone in on that myself, because when I'm racing online against the fabulous aces, I'm going to give space. I'm not going to take anyone out. I might have taken someone out, but I apologise if I do. I think I did to Casey the other night, so apologies, Casey, my good man. But against AI, who cares? Let's just batter him. As long as it's not too aggressive. So, for example, let's say Bastianini was leaning and I could win the championship by knocking him off. I'm not going to go that far, but I will get aggressive with it, AI. I think it's fair. As long as you give as good as you get, then I think it's all fun and games here in MotoGP 23. So don't forget, guys and girls, like, comment and subscribe if you're enjoying so far. It helps out the channel. I've noticed that I have a lot of new returning subscribers, but new returning viewers, but haven't subscribed yet. So if you are enjoying the content, it does help out the channel a lot, and it gives me extra motivation and chances to make more content. So I would really appreciate that. But just looking at the fuel situation, I was able to use fuel setting 3 there for a while as Fabio gives us a bit of a nudge into turn 1. That's put me in a perilous spot now, because the number 1 behind us, who may not, well, who won't be using the number 1 next season, he is going to, he's going to be catching us up in a minute, so I'm a little bit cautious for that. The gap to Aleix Espargaro was coming down, but it's gone back up to 2 seconds. Myself and Fabio, yeah, we should have been working together, but clearly, I can't trust the AI to work with me, and I don't trust myself to not lunge on the AI if they're going slow. So for that reason, I think second place has gone. Bit late for Aleix Espargaro. Oh my god! I didn't even mean to do that. I was actually trying to go for the inside, but with Fabio braking so slow there, I had to go for a bit of the escape route to avoid hitting Fabio Quartararo. I mean, it worked, and now we're back up at the inside for turn 10, going into the right-hander for turn 11. But yeah, that was a surprising move. I actually surprised myself on that one. I like that one. I don't think I could replicate it, though, to be quite honest with you. I really don't. But yeah, Pecco Bagnaia, number 1 is... Oh my goodness, I had a wheelie there and hit Fabio. Oh, and here comes the number 1. Here he comes, right on cue. As it stands then, I need to... Oh, perfect. Great timing there. We would still be finishing in second place, but Johan Zarco's just appeared out of nowhere. We have plenty of fuel. Didn't really get to say what I wanted to say earlier, but we have plenty of fuel to burn here. I think we're going to have to. Power setting 3 will be our friend. Into the brakes. Oh, Pecco! Ooh! He did an endo then. He did a top rack Razgatlioglu-esque stoppy. I don't know why. Nothing to celebrate as of yet, but he fancied it. Oh, this is really going heck to a handbasket for the chances of second place. Just got to be careful now, though, because I don't want Johan Zarco and Vinales to get involved. We know how aggressive the AI can be. We know how aggressive I can be. So let's see what we can do. Oh, look at the speed. He's got speed for days, hasn't he? Ooh, Fabio. Apologies. We do carry a lot of speed there as Pecco. Yeah, that's it. Gloves are off. Alpine Stars, gloves off, thrown to the floor. It's time to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. As Aleix Espargaro just dropped a little bit. We are having quite the thrilling encounter here. And yet Aleix Espargaro is still only 1.6 seconds. Can you imagine where we would be if we weren't messing around with the infighting? I would have to believe we'd be right there in second. Oh, and here comes Fabio. That's a beautiful move. I wish I had the confidence to go into turn 14 like that. That's something we definitely need to work upon. Maybe one day. Or it could be time to use power setting 3, you know. I've got loads of fuel to burn, but I'm a bit concerned. Oh, I've dropped down to power setting 1 by mistake. I was wondering why I couldn't seem to move across to power setting 3 then. Seem to be pressing the D-pad button, but it's not really working. Got to try and get us straight again so I can go into power setting 2. It's always awkward this now, because where do I get my thumb across to get to power setting 2? Fabio! Oh, Fabio! Oh, he lost the front! He just absolutely thrown it to the scenery. That's a bizarre crash. I can't believe that. How did he lose the front? I can't believe that. He sort of just went into the corner and lost, just went all out of shape, and I just binned it. Crazy. That was absolutely terrifying for Fabio. It's not a place you really want to go because it's a fast crash. We've seen Marquez take Bezzecchi out last season, of course, but that was a bad crash as well. Crazy. And I tell you what, now we're back into power setting 2 after I fumbled my big thumbs around. Oh, I actually have quite small thumbs, but nonetheless. Still, oh, and Aleix actually perfect, as we were going to say. We were all messing around there, fiddling around with controller to change power. Aleix Espargaro's gap was diminishing, and now he's only a 1/10 of a second ahead of us. Oh, this is wonderful. This is what we were looking for. Power setting 3 to the maximum now. I think I could probably run it for 2 laps here, but I'm not going to. As I've said many times before, I feel comfortable with power setting 2, and getting into power setting 3, I tend to make a little bit too many mistakes. I'm so in tuned with power setting 2 that I'm not ready to use power setting 3 for a full lap here. Can do it if I'm on a run, but I need to get back into the rhythm, so I don't want to be chucking in power setting 3 for the middle part of the laps. I want to be doing that only for straights. I could actually use it coming out of turn 6 in a moment. Would it be helpful though? I don't think we're going to need it though, to be honest. But into the left hand side for the Angel Nieto corner, onto the power, into power setting 3. Let's give it a bash anyway. Onto the brakes, drop it down to power setting 2 before we get the corner, because it'll not help us mid-corner. Oh, rear tyre, look how warm the rear tyre is. Yeah, I was pressing it a lot there, it really was. Very tight to the apex there. And now onto the brakes. We're within range. If he makes a mistake into turn 12, then ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at second place. Some good lap times. There it is, there's a mistake. Oh, a bit squeamish there because I didn't want to make contact. I lost a lot of time for that. Pecco's closing in as well. He might go for a lunge here into the Adrian Campos corner. He doesn't. Let me line up the bike, go for power setting 3. And across the line, this is going to be a solid lap time nonetheless. Across the line, it's a 1:28.801. Not bad as the lap time has been so far. But I guarantee you, if I was doing that online, we're looking at 1:27. So it shows how much the KTM, the career mode bikes, suffer in this game mode. It's quite astonishing, really, that this bike is engine power 9, accelerations 8. Everything else is pretty good as well, but it's still significantly slower than online. It's quite the surprise if we're honest with ourselves. But into turn 5, I am going to need to call upon that third power option again, aren't we? Into the left hand side, Aleix. He is still holding on. There's my power setting 3. It's difficult to angle the analog stick and then get your finger onto the D-pad. Oh, Aleix is making a mistake here. Oh, I had to pick it up then. I'm really pushing now. He seems to have calmed down himself, actually, but he still will make that mistake in a turn 12. I'm going to put my eggs in one basket there. And if he does, I've got to be brave here. Has he made the mistake? He has. Oh, he's absolutely fluffed it. He's absolutely fluffed it. He's down to 4th. Oh, Aleix. Oh, he's down to 6th. The 2 Prima Prama Ducatis are now passed. And to be honest, little bit of a low-key thought. I really want to get the Prima Prama Ducati because I think myself and Jorge Martin could work together against the factory Ducatis, and together we could bring an independent title since Valentino Rossi. It could happen, but we'll see. We'll see what opportunities we get. But as it stands, we have fuel to burn, and we have Pecco Bagnaia behind us by 3.5 of a second. So this is going to go down to the wire, I fear. This is lap 12. 4/10 of a second. Bear in mind, I still can't look behind me. I forgot about that glitch. Every second race it seems to happen. Oh, a track limit warning. That's not bad considering that I've done 11 laps without a track limit warning, but there's one already. In the latter state. Oh, that's deep, that's deep, that's deep. Keep it together. I cannot afford to lose this now. This is tough now because I don't need to finish second, but I want the bragging rights. You better believe all that effort, stress, pressure, time, practice, you name it, that I've put into this career mode, it would suit me better to finish second at the final race. It really would. I would rather have that than just finishing up on the rostrum spot in third. And considering how much we fought for this, I deserve the second place. Oh, look at that. Pecco Bagnaia just pulled me into that corner there. That was very helpful. But across the line, Pecco now occupies second place. I need to see that championship standing come up, but I can tell you for a fact, I don't need to beat Pecco to finish second. I think the gap was, what, 11 points, 9 points? I think it was 9 points, so bear in mind that the rider in second would earn 20 points, the rider in third would earn 16, so therefore we would only lose 4 points to Pecco. If we finish fourth and Pecco finishes second, then we would still win second place because it would be a 6-point difference if I'm not mistaken. It's just fifth and lower we cannot afford to drop to anymore. So into the left hand side, oh, I'm getting a notification that my mouse has got low battery. I don't like seeing that. I can't get that on charge now. I was actually going to try and reach across, not a chance of me doing that. That's why you don't get a wireless mouse, ladies and gentlemen. Odds of the power then. I tell you what, them lap times have been quite consistent, haven't they? 29 flat, 29 flat, 28.8, 29 flat, 28.9. Very close competitive lap times here coming in the latter stages of Valencia. But guys and girls, this is the penultimate lap of the second season of the DrAce MotoGP 23 Championship, and Aleix Espargaro and Marc Marquez have come to blows. Aleix Espargaro was right there in second place in the championship. Look how far back he is now. He is almost 100 points behind me, and he's in fourth place now. Look at the speed of Pecco. It's down to this, guys and girls, for the final race of the championship. For the second place, it is now underway as we start the final lap as Pecco Bagnaia has a good old look behind me. Well, if you weren't looking behind you, you wouldn't have made that mistake on the brakes, would you? Pay attention, Pecco, as he goes round the outside. I think Francesco Bagnaia might have the inside line. He's gone for the lunge. Oh, well, has he lost it? Oh, that's an excellent... Oh, he lost it. He lost it. Oh, it's over. It's over. Cut the cameras, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Second place in the championship is ours. God almighty. I don't know if I was to blame for that one, but that looked like he lunged. And we're going to be 10 seconds behind Bastianini. Why does every single race have to just come down to that? It's a thrilling fight. It's been absolutely... Oh my god, Johan Zarco's closed me in. I don't fancy this, not now. Come on, Johan, don't do it to me. The Prima Prama Ducati is in pursuit. Zenea Bastianini has the advantage by 10 seconds. He's going to win in a moment. He's just entering turn 14 as we go into turn 12. Have we got enough on Johan Zarco? I would strongly believe he's going to get me on the line here. Here he goes. Johan Zarco goes for the lunge. I need power setting 3. Well, I'm not going to finish second after all. What an arse. He's absolutely ruined it for me right there at the end. But hey ho, it is what it is. We will finish second place in the World Championship. What an effort. What a season. What a career mode. Oh, Pecco, he finished in 8th in the end. Who else was any surprises? Oh, nice one, Jack. Nice one, dude. The last race together, he doesn't even finish in the points. Come on, Jack. And there is your confirmation. 109 points behind the beast. But more importantly, we finish 17 points clear from Pecco Bagnaia in second place. There is a look at your final championship standings of the second season of the MotoGP 23 career mode. What a year it's been. I don't know how many months or weeks it's took me to record all these, but it's been a fabulous couple of months. It really has. There is the end results. Ducati Lenovo team in first by a whopping 298 points. Guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this season. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. And of course, don't forget to let me know about any video requests you may have coming up in the future. But guys, thanks for watching. See you in either the next video or the next career mode. Find out which bike we're going to use very, very soon. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.